Hey, this is Jabril, aka Mr. Think Outside the Box, and it's actually Tuesday today. I said I was going to do these videos every Monday, and I actually did a video yesterday, but I just wasn't vibing with it. It felt forced, so I just wanted to come actually do a better video here today, since it's just coming from my heart. I was having a conversation with this girl last night, and she was like, man, I'm in the office, and I feel like my life is passing me by, and it made me think about, a quote by Will Smith when he said, being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. And, it kind of took me back to when, basically like in my school days. And also, man, the wind is crazy right now. And I was going to do the video upstairs, on the balcony with the view of the ocean, which is like right over there. But, here's nice, and you got a nice view of the drums here with, the grill and everything. And so, but back to the topic, in school, and that thing, I don't have a problem with school because I really think you do need to get, a solid education to, get your foundation in math, learn how to read, learn how to write so you can communicate, through writing the way that you want to communicate. And, there's some jobs that are, absolutely phenomenal that I think, the foundation of school is, absolutely, I think basically anything you need a foundation of school. But the one thing I don't like about school is like they almost drowned creativity and try to make you like a drone, really systemized. And so that's the one thing I don't really dig in school. And I remember there was this one time in school I was talking about, going to be like a crazy entrepreneur and stuff. And they're like, I don't know, if that's, realistic. And then also, I remember it was talking about like basketball, like, I want to play basketball. Like, the chances are not really good, but, if you become, something, you go to school and, it's pretty much standard. And I was like, in my head I was just like, yeah, like, but, because I always thought, there was just so much more to life than going to work and coming home. But, it's pretty scary to actually break out of the norm and do what other people don't do. I always was like, I know if I travel the road less traveled, I'm probably going to get a result most people don't have, and that's exactly, what I have. And I got to tell you, when you tell people, you have dreams of, becoming, a marine biologist and you're going to live in like Australia or something that's just out of the norm, people are like, I don't know, you should probably just, probably stay home, there's something, local down the block and, you can do that. Anytime you think about doing something that's unrealistic, unnormal, if that's even a word, you're gonna have resistance. But if you develop yourself and you work on yourself, Warren Buffett was like, the best investment you can make is inside of yourself. And it's so true. It pays off so much when you invest in yourself through personal development. And that was another thing about school I didn't used to do. I didn't like reading because I was forced to read things that I didn't really think were necessary or I didn't even like. And now I'm like a reading audiobook junkie, and I love, bettering my mind because it's an investment in myself and it pays off, big time. There's so many situations, if I didn't, read about it, I wouldn't even actually know how to tackle it. And going back to Will Smith again, he's one of my favorite people. He said, there's no problem, no new problem pretty much that hasn't been written down in a book. There's been smart people, technology might change, but the base concepts of life have been written down by people who have come and lived before us. And you can study people that have been through things to collapse, the amount of time it takes you to accomplish something. I'm able to do things much faster because of the knowledge I learned from other people. And this video is still, kind of all over the place today. But if you have travel dreams, which is close to me, maybe you don't want to travel as much as me, maybe you just want to do it a little bit, you just got to get out there and do it. And if financial, things are, kind of holding you back, you have to find a method to get it handled. Me, I'm an internet marketer, online marketer. That's how I handle it. Maybe you're going to work a job and you like working a job and you just want to take a few months off a year. Maybe you have to cut back from, buying those $200 shoes, which, had a bug on my nose. For me, I'm all into marketing and advertising. Why? I like nice things, but in the last 3 years, I stopped buying all of the $200 shoes, really expensive watches and all the designer clothes. This is like H&M, $7. And that's just me. I'd rather put my money into things, investments, because I won't, get me wrong, money is really important. I'm not one of those Buddhists like guys that's like, don't have, any money. But no, I'm talking about putting your money, in the right places and living for experiences versus, collecting material things. I guess I'll end on this and why I actually stopped buying so many material things. Growing up, I grew up, pretty broke, pretty poor. And I always wanted to have, the nicest shoes and the nicest clothes and stuff that I felt, gave me self-worth. And so it was, once I started to get some real money, I almost went on, I did a splurge on so many different shoes, so many different clothes, watches, and just things that, actually basically covered up the pain of me not having it over the years. And in the last 3-4 years, I really came into my own and started to see my own self-worth. It wasn't, the clothes that made me. I'm the man who makes the clothes that I wear. Like, I could wear this $7 shirt and feel just as good as wearing a $100 shirt and still pick up pretty much any girl that I desire. Not everyone digs me, but a few of them do. And, but, and I started putting some money towards travel and, saving a little bit more. And I can't tell you enough. But yeah, that was just my own personal story. I almost felt like my self-worth wasn't good enough if I didn't have like a $200 pair of shoes on before. People are too cool to admit it, but that's how I felt back in the day. But now I have so much confidence in myself. I don't need any of that to, basically represent who I am. But that's it. I know this video's all over the place. If you want to come contact me on Facebook, just come holler at me. As long as you got a profile picture, and come talk to me and tell me like, hey, this is what's it called from YouTube. I saw, your video, or something from Twitter. So I know, because I get a lot of requests, and I don't know actually where everyone's from. But that's it. Make it a great day. Jabril from Jabril.com if you want to come check out my business sites, and then also on my social media, Tumblr, and everything's on Jabril.com. And but yeah, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Take care and have a great week. Oh yeah, and happy Halloween. And also, thoughts and prayers to everyone out in New York right now. I know it's crazy things happening out there. That's it. Take care. Peace and love.